Hi guys, it's Han here. Today we're going to check out a 2024 BMW X5, thanks to BMW of Grapevine for providing the vehicle. Anyone who's going to buy a BMW can contact them. Ask me for contact information. Welcome to subscribe my car reviews channel both in English and Chinese. Thank you for subscribing, liking, comment, sharing, and light up the bell. The first generation BMW X5 model was launched in 1999 model year. It is also one of the earliest European luxury brands to launch an SUV project. The current product is its fourth generation product, which was launched in 2019 model year. We don't argue whether the BMW X5 is the originator in the field of luxury unibody SUVs, but it is definitely the benchmark in this class at present. The current product has been updated on the 2023 and 2024 model. Today we will check them out. Today we're going to check out the entry-level model of the BMW X5 in North America, which also is its main sales model, the BMW X5 xDrive40i. It is equipped with a 3.0-liter, straight-six turbocharged engine, coming with a 48-volt mild hybrid, equipped with an 8-speed automatic transmission. The power parameters are also considered benchmarks among competing products from rival manufacturers in this level. The front suspension is a double wishbone structure with adaptive suspension as standard, air suspension as optional. The rear is a multi-link structure with standard adaptive suspension. Also, air suspension is optional. The external dimensions of the 40 series are not much different from the current mainstream European products on the market. In all dimensions, they are not much different in size from the current mainstream European products. The minimum ground clearance is 8.7 inches or 221 millimeters. The curb weight of the four-wheel drive products is not much different from that of the German brothers, equipped with a 21.9-gallon or 83-liter fuel tank. The EPA announced that the BMW X5's xDrive40i has a combined fuel consumption of 25 mpg or 9.41 liters per 100 kilometers. The MSRP guide price of the base of the 24 models has increased slightly, but everyone knows that the basic price of German products does not make sense because they are all sold in packages. The vehicle we are checking out today is the 2024 BMW X5 xDrive40i, a vehicle on sale. Opted for the M Sport package, 275/40 R21 front wheel, 315/35 R21 rear wheel. Opt for the Park Assist package, Premium package, and Climate Comfort package. The MSRP including shipping is $78495 US. The engine of this car comes from the Austrian plant, the transmission comes from the German factory, and the final assembly is US plant. You can see that the overall outline and style of this 24 model is not much different from the 23 model. After all, it is an annual facelift. There cannot be any drastic changes. Just some details have been updated. The overall styling style is closer to the latest design style of the current family and the design style of the new generation products. But the front face design is not that radical. The light group has been further narrowed, with its width reduced by 35 mm compared with the previous generation. The grille is designed to be more three-dimensional. As you can see, there are basically no shining chrome decorations around the car, and most of them are bright black decorations. But the very exaggerated bright metallic color is retained on the grille. Below the bumper position, you can see that the differences and changes from the 23 models are quite big. Newly shaped vents are designed on the left and right, and the lines and shapes below are more exaggerated. From the side, the overall shape and outline are no different or changed from the 2023 model. Before this generation's facelift, the X5 seemed a bit timid in design because it had lost its status as the flagship SUV in the family and was not that grand. After this facelift, by adding some embellishments to the details and making certain upgrades, it can be seen that the domineering style has returned. We have talked about the same issue many times before. In many medium and large-size European products, we can see that although this car is quite large, its design style lines are not the square and upright feeling that is blindly pursued. It is not just the square shape and straight-angled lines that can outline a large product. Curved lines and rounded designs can also be used to design beautiful and large products. The shape of the vents on the front fenders of the 2024 model has been changed to a certain extent, which is somewhat different from the previous style. From the decoration on the side of this car, we can see that there is some metallic color only on the wheel. All other trim is gloss black. The opening angles of the four doors are quite satisfactory, not exaggerated. The lower edge of the door does not cover the car body. Even at this price, the X5's four windows still use single-layer glass, not any double-layer glass. This car also does not have electric suction doors. This car does not have a height-adjustable air suspension, and the vehicle height cannot be adjusted. Using my height as a reference, I don't need to use any pedal devices to get in and off this car, and there is no inelegant posture. But considering my height, this car is also the maximum height that I can get in and off without using the pedal device. Even at this price, we can see that only the two front doors have touch unlocking and locking functions, but the two rear doors do not. The standard equipment of all BMW X5 series is 20-inch wheels with 4 run-flat tires. This car is optionally equipped with the M package. The wheels are a style exclusive to the M series. The wheels are 21 inches, which looks really domineering. The overall rear shape of the 2024 X5 is no different from before. It's just that some details are made more delicate and appear more sporty. This is not only the unified design style of the current BMW family, but also the design trend of the automobile industry. Above is a spoiler with integrated high-mounted brake lights and 2 aerodynamic small-door frames on both sides. Rear wipers here. The shape of the lamp units on both sides and the structure inside are also important items in this update. First of all, the exterior shape of the lamp unit appears to be sharp and angular, while the structure inside the lamp unit is made into an arrow-shaped structure, which is consistent with the latest styles of the family's products. There is a very protruding bumper platform design at the back. Below the traditional bumper position, the design is more typical of the BMW family style. The two exhausts are in the form of direct exhaust. At present, we see that there are fewer and fewer exhausts in the form of direct exhaust. Updated BMW family key universal parts. The tailgate of the 24 model X5 still has an upper and lower double-door design. At the size of the X5, if it is only a 2-row layout, the trunk space is very good, is awesome. Both the space below and above are great. As you can see from the trunk opening, the shape is relatively regular. The entire lining of the tailgate is plastic and has 2 lights on it. There are additional lights on the left and right in the bottom of trunk. There's a fold-over hook on the left. First aid kit and 12-volt charger socket underneath. Flip-flop hooks. There is no handle or button for folding down the second-row seats in the trunk of the 24 model. The trunk cover is very thick. There is also a hydraulic lever underneath. There was actually a spare tire pit underneath, but this car was not equipped with tires because equipped with run-flat tires. This is the space performance after the second row is folded down. It's very flat, but there is a slight upward slope. Sitting inside the car, we can see that the overall style is still the same as the previous X5. It's just that it has been upgraded in some details. The most eye-catching thing is the 2 screens above, which is also the common design of the current new generation of BMW family products. A 12.3-inch LCD dashboard is connected to a 14.9-inch central screen, which is currently quite popular in the automobile industry. The BMW family has also made this large screen into a curved shape. As you can see, although the LCD dashboard of the BMW family is also straight-angled, when I adjust the seat and steering wheel to a suitable position for me, the steering wheel does not block the dashboard at all. I can clearly see all the data, see in full. I also hope that all other manufacturers currently using a big screen will also pay attention to this. Another thing you can see is that some of the physical buttons on previous BMW cars have been integrated into the large central screen this time. Even the air conditioner no longer has physical buttons. Another BMW has upgraded the xDrive40i system on the previous X5 to the current xDrive8 system. A high-speed driving assistance system has also been added, which first appeared on BMW's new 7 Series. Others are some family details that keep pace with the times. One touch up-down on all 4 windows. The light controls on the left side of the steering wheel have been upgraded somewhat, with the physical buttons further streamlined. This car has a head-up display, which is display area is relatively large and looks clearer. Although the dashboard has changed its form, the content displayed there is not much different from the previous BMW family. Adjust via the keys on the right side of the steering wheel. The display looks very BMW. You can also see that the shape of the display elements in the dashboard is becoming more and more similar to its appearance. This car has the M package steering wheel. The steering wheel is very comfortable, and you can see that the steering wheel is very thick. The thicker positions at 3 and 9 o'clock are even more exaggerated. It feels great to put your hands on it. The leather and the stitching are very delicate. The shortcut keys are also common parts of the family. There are 2 huge paddle shifters at the back. The paddles on the left and right sides of the steering wheel are common parts of the family. Lights with auto on-off and auto high beam function. Front wipers with rain sensing. Auto dimming rearview mirror. 3 garage switches. Still no glasses case or panoramic mirror. This part is the same as before. As the new central screen of the BMW family, we can feel that first, it has more adjustable and interactive items. Because it basically integrates most functions on the center console, only leaves a few physical buttons, basically all functions need to be adjusted on the central screen. The whole thing seems more complicated. The second one can clearly feel that the display is clearer and the colors are more colorful than before. Addition, I feel that the screen responds faster than before. Of course, this is understandable. As a product at this price point, it should use the best car machine system currently on the market. Electronic parts are iterating very quickly. Auto manufacturers should keep pace with the times. Overall, I feel that the BMW X5, which lacks physical buttons, may be a bit at a loss when you first get started. As long as everyone gets used to this is how the car industry is currently. It places some major adjustment items at the bottom of the screen. On the left and right side is the quick adjustment of the air conditioner. The two front seats are heated and ventilated. The steering wheel is heated. iPhone CarPlay and Android Auto both have wireless connection capabilities. This car has a panoramic view, reversing plus panoramic view. Left side blind spot, right side blind spot. The rear view is still very clear, which is always the advantage of German products. Although the screen of the BMW family also stands up very abruptly, but you can see that it has an angle tilted toward the driver's side, which feels great when driving. It feels much better than rushing straight towards the back. This part is also one of the main changes after the update, which is currently consistent with the new generation of products. The air outlet and lever designs are relatively new. Except for some necessary buttons required by regulations, there are no physical buttons below. If you want to adjust any function, you need to adjust it in central screen, including various functions of the air conditioner. Push open the cover. Below are two cup holders, a USB data exchange port, a wireless charging pad, and a 12-volt charger socket, of course, which are all very BMW. The overall shape of the control mechanism below has not changed too much, but you can see that this time it uses a shift lever to replace the previous shift handle, which is also a trend that has spread from electric cars. At present, European cars are also willing to use a button shifting method. Guys in the United States don't experience this deeply at present, but in Europe, guys can feel it more deeply. The automatic engine start-stop function of the iDrive 7 system has been cancelled in the iDrive 8 system. Starting from the facelifted X5, it is no longer necessary for everyone to turn off automatic start and stop as the first action when getting in the car. This car has sport, comfort, economy, and custom modes. The central armrest box opens to the left and right. The space inside is not large. There is no velvet lining around or on the bottom lining. There is a light and a Type-C charging port inside. Sitting inside, it feels like the 24 is no different from the previous X5 except for some differences in the center console. Now I adjust the seat to the lowest position so you can observe the space performance. There has always been no problem with the X5 seats, which feels more comfortable than the seats in BMW's small cars. They don't have that hard feeling. And it can also provide good support and care for every part of your body, which has always been BMW's strength. Although it does not give you the feeling of a very soft sofa at this price point, European products at this price point can give you a more comfortable ergonomic seat feeling. The two front seats of this car have many adjustment items, including the four-way adjustment of the lumbar support, the clamping of the two wings of the seat back, and the extension of the seat cushion, which can all be power adjusted. The driver's seat also has two memory functions, but the passenger seat does not. The driver's seat can also adjust the position of the passenger seat through the left button. The X5 still retains the previous tradition. As you can see, when I adjust the seat to the lowest position, it does not feel like stuck in it while driving. It still feels like it is holding my body relatively high. Of course, on the bright side, you can have a relatively good sight. But for me, I still prefer the feeling of being stuck in it and driving. The steering wheel can also be power adjusted in 4 directions. The adjustment range is relatively large. The materials used on the console are leather on top, decorative panels, which are very gorgeous. Although the bottom is also plastic, the outside has a very soft feeling, which feels great. The sound of the window operation is very quiet. There is also a noise reduction action the moment the window is about to close, which is very advanced. When you sit in the car and look at the window frame, you can't see any metal parts. All the materials on the panel are covered with this plastic part. The upper part is made of leather, and the lower part is made of soft plastic. There is also a redesigned ambient light in the middle. The second row of the 2024 X5 feels no different from before. It is still in relatively good condition at this price point. The second row has a heightening effect, and the line of sight is higher than that of the first row. In terms of space, you can see that there is no problem with headroom or legroom. The back of the front seat is flush with the B-pillar. There is no problem with the space, but it may not be so luxurious. Compared with some later luxury brands in this price range, the space of the X5 is not particularly spacious. The second row seats are also in relatively good condition. No matter which dimension, the seat feels long and high enough. The padding material of the seat seems to be relatively softer than that of the first row, especially this backrest. It feels soft when you lean on it. However, the support and body care provided by the second row seats are not as good as those in the first row. The first row is still the most comfortable seat in this car. The two rear seats are heated but not ventilated. The whole vehicle air conditioning is controlled by 4-zone. The air conditioner at the back is also separated for 2 zones, which can be adjusted through the rear control mechanism. The air conditioning outlets are 1 behind the center armrest and 2 on the B-pillar. There is an expansion port and a Type-C charger socket behind each front seatback. There are also 2 Type-C charger sockets and a 12-volt charger socket under the center armrest box. The center floor bulge is not too high. Panoramic sunroof curtains open here. Each side has a light and a reading light. Hooks have always been more plentiful in European cars. There's no curtain. The second row window frames are wrapped in plastic. No metal parts can be seen. The windows also work very quietly. Materials used on the door panels: leather, decorative panels, and ambient lighting above. The lower part has a soft wrapped plastic feel, which feels pretty good. The center armrest in the second row is tall enough and has a storage compartment and 2 cup holders on it. We've talked about the X5's driving experience before, but I've talked less about it in the past 2 years. The overall feeling is that this 2024 3.0-liter X5 is not much different from the previous version. Although new products in this class have continued to emerge in the past 2 years, I think the X5 is still the benchmark for driving experience in this class. Overall, it is clear that the X5 is still comfort-oriented, but it does not lose the driving control that this level should have. If we talk about comfort alone, the X5 may not be the most comfortable to drive in this class. It doesn't give you that feeling of being on a boat, but in terms of the balance between comfort and control, the X5 is still the benchmark. In terms of power, the 3.0-liter engine of the officially announced 2024 X5 has been optimized in its internal structure. Through the control of the camshaft and the optimization of the fuel process, including fuel injection, ignition system, and exhaust gas circulation path, the parameters of this engine are higher than those of the old model in terms of maximum horsepower and maximum torque. There is a certain degree of improvement. Among European products of the same price range, the X5 3.0-liter engine is of the same level, both in terms of parameters and actual driving experience. Even though there are many new luxury brands in this level claiming how advanced their powertrains are, in actual power it is still difficult to surpass the X5's 3.0-liter engine. This engine is definitely powerful in terms of power, and there is no power gap at any speed range. If you step on the accelerator pedal hard and hold it for a while, the vehicle will have good power feedback, but it's hard to say how violent it is. If you drive this X5 in daily life with a normal heart, the power should exceed everyone's expectations. If you have a violent heart, then I think it will be difficult for you to be satisfied with the power performance. But BMW has also prepared a more powerful version for everyone, but the price has gone up accordingly. If this car has a weak point in terms of power, it is that at the moment of starting from a standstill, if you step on the accelerator pedal gently, the whole car will have a lazy feeling. Only when you step on the accelerator deeply at the starting stage can you have a relatively good speed feedback, and the starting feeling will not be that lazy feeling. Everyone knows that I don't belong to the violent group when I drive, so what I'm talking about are just daily life scenes. In comfort mode, the suspension feels relatively comfortable. You can feel that the vibrations and shaking transmitted into the car have been modified by the suspension. This kind of modification feels very good in a non-air suspended car. What is particularly rare is that in this class, the X5's roll is relatively good. At least in this aspect, you can still feel a little bit of BMW's sports genes and excellent tuning skills. The steering force of the steering wheel is also relatively comfortable, relatively light at low speeds and stable at high speeds. In addition, this steering wheel is really comfortable to hold. The brakes feel better too. The brake pedal is also very tight. Put your foot on the brake pedal, and there will be immediate feedback from the brakes. The point the brakes work is not deep either. The braking distance is also ideal. Of course, all above is BMW has always done well. Only this time, it cancels the automatic engine start-stop function. Every time you hold the brakes until the car comes to a standstill, the engine will shut down. There is no need for everyone to switch it on and off by themselves anymore. We have also talked about this automatic start-stop before. In fact, I feel that it is smoother to use on a large displacement car than on a small displacement one. I feel that the automatic start and stop of the X5 this time is slightly more comfortable than the one used on the 330, but it still feels quite awkward. Noise control is average for this price and class. The sound of the engine is relatively moderate, and you can actually hear wind and tire noise, but it's not too noisy. It feels like a typical BMW. Generally speaking, from a dynamic perspective, the X5 3.0 lighter xDrive40i series is a relatively well-balanced and well-made car among products of the same level. At least I feel that the X5 will still be the benchmark product for this level of driving experience in the gasoline vehicle product series in the short term. In summary, that's the video of this 2024 BMW X5. Generally speaking, its appearance and interior are not much different from before. The appearance has been sharpened with some details. The interior is consistent with the design style of the family's current new generation products, including large screens and xDrive 8 systems. In terms of dynamic experience, the X5 is still the benchmark in this class. In this level, X5 has always been a model of balance between comfort and control. In this level, both old and new luxury brands will use X5 as their imaginary enemy every time they upgrade. Compared with the GLE 450 and Q7 we have seen before, the X5 feels more interesting to drive. When driving, it feels like the human and the car are one. But having said that, the prices of European products in the US market are indeed quite high today. However, the prices of European products have also become looser relatively early in the past 2 years. On the issue of price, everyone still needs to make judgments based on their own different regions. There is still no way to generalize. As always, buy what you like, don't control it, don't be shy. Thank you for the video.